What if I told you that the biggest financial threat to your retirement is not the stock market, not inflation, and not even running out of money, but something far more silent and unavoidable? Most Americans step into retirement completely unprepared for the one expense that grows every single year, no matter what you do: healthcare. And before we continue, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment telling me what age you plan to retire, because what you're about to learn could change your entire retirement strategy. Now, here's the truth almost nobody is talking about. The average American couple will spend between $300,000 and $420,000 on health care during retirement. Yes, even with Medicare. And yes, even if you live a healthy lifestyle today. Most retirees believe, when I turn 65, Medicare will take care of me. But that belief is exactly what destroys their financial stability. They don't realize that Medicare has gaps, deductibles, premiums, out-of-pocket costs, uncovered treatments, and a long list of surprises that hit the moment you actually need care. Imagine this: you finally retire, expecting calm, safety, and predictable expenses. But then, right after 65, your premiums increase. Your prescription medications aren't fully covered. A specialist visit costs much more than you expected. A simple emergency room visit becomes a $2,000 bill, and suddenly, your monthly budget doesn't fit your real life anymore. For many retirees, this is the moment they realize, my retirement plan never included the real cost of getting older. The reason this happens is simple. Healthcare inflation grows faster than general inflation. While your Social Security increases by small COLA adjustments each year, medical expenses climb much higher. This creates a dangerous gap between what retirees earn and what they actually need to stay healthy. And here's the part that shocks most people. Your healthcare costs don't go down as you age. They go up. People assume the opposite, that after 70, life becomes simpler, cheaper, slower. But the data shows the truth. Older Americans face more tests, more medications, more specialists, and more unexpected events than at any other time in their lives. This is why so many retirees feel financially tight, even when they did everything right. They saved money, they invested, they paid off their house, but they never accounted for the one expense that refuses to shrink. And this is only the beginning, because in the next topics, I'll show you how Medicare really works, what's not covered, and the hidden medical costs that wipe out retirement savings faster than people imagine. So stay with me, because understanding the real cost of healthcare might be the difference between a comfortable retirement and a painful one. Most people enter retirement believing Medicare is simple. You turn 65, sign up, and everything is covered. But the reality is very different and far more expensive. Here's what almost no one realizes until it's too late. Medicare is not free, not complete, and not designed to cover 100% of your medical needs. In fact, the system is built with intentional gaps that can cost retirees thousands of dollars per year if they don't plan for them. Let's start with the basics. Medicare comes in parts: A, B, D, Advantage, Medigap, and each one covers something different while leaving something else out. Part A covers hospital visits, but not everything that happens inside that hospital. Part B covers doctors, but also charges premiums, deductibles, and 20% co-insurance with no out-of-pocket maximum. Part D covers prescriptions, unless the medication you need falls outside the plan. So retirees quickly learn that Medicare is not one unified system. It's a patchwork, and every patch comes with a bill. But the biggest surprise isn't just the complexity, it's the exposure to financial risk. Think about this. Even with Medicare, a major surgery, specialized treatment, or unexpected illness can drain thousands of dollars from your savings in a single year. For someone living on Social Security plus a modest portfolio, that type of expense can throw off an entire retirement budget. Then there's the emotional shock. Retirees often say, "I thought Medicare would take care of all this. Why am I paying so much?" What they didn't know is that Medicare adjusts premiums and costs based on income, prescription formularies, and inflation. So even if your retirement income stays the same, your health care costs can go up, simply because Medicare decided they should. And as if that wasn't enough, Medicare also doesn't cover things people assume it does. Long-term care, not covered. Vision, not covered. Dental, not covered. Hearing aids, typically not covered. Home health support, assisted living, extended rehabilitation, all largely excluded or limited. This means retirees face a tough reality. Even with Medicare, you must build your own financial safety net for the health care events that are statistically guaranteed to happen as you age. And that's where so many Americans fall into a dangerous trap. They underestimate how much these gaps can cost. They underestimate how often they'll need care. And they overestimate how well Medicare can protect them. But once you see how the system truly works, everything becomes clear. Health care should not be treated as an expense. It must be treated as a separate retirement plan. Because if you don't plan for it, it will plan for you, and not in a good way. In the next topic, we'll break down the real numbers. How much retirees actually spend every year on premiums, deductibles, medications, specialists, and surprise medical events. And why these numbers climb dramatically between ages 65 and 85. Here's where the retirement fantasy finally collides with the real world. The numbers. Because once you see the true cost of health care after 65, everything you believed about retiring comfortably changes instantly. Most retirees think healthcare is just a small monthly expense, maybe $150, maybe $200, nothing major. But when you break down the real costs, the picture is very different and far more dangerous. Let's start with the basics. The average retired couple will spend between $315,000 and $400,000 on healthcare throughout retirement, even with Medicare. That doesn't include assisted living, nursing care, or long-term care. Only medical expenses, premiums, prescriptions, and out-of-pocket costs. The numbers stack up quickly. Medicare, Part B, premiums. Most retirees pay over $2,000 per year each, and this number increases almost every year due to inflation and policy adjustments. That means before stepping into a doctor's office, you're already spending thousands annually. Medicare, Part D, plus medications. Prescriptions are where the shock really begins. Even with Part D, many medications fall into higher tiers. Co-pays escalate, and specialty drugs cost hundreds per month. A single chronic condition, diabetes, heart disease, arthritis, can increase your annual medical spending by $3,000, $5,000, sometimes more. Then comes the silent killer of retirement budgets: out-of-pocket medical expenses, deductibles, 20% coinsurance, physical therapy sessions, specialists, imaging scans, urgent care visits. These small moments add up fast. Most retirees underestimate this category by 50% or more. And here's the part almost no one expects. Healthcare spending increases dramatically as you age. From 65 to 75, the average retiree sees a steady but manageable climb. But from 75 to 85, the final stage of retirement, costs can double, sometimes triple. Why? Because this is when chronic conditions become more complex, mobility declines, surgeries become more common, and hospitalizations increase. Even retirees who were healthy at 70 often experience a sharp rise in medical spending by 80. And while all of this is happening, Medicare is covering less than most retirees believe. If inflation spikes, premiums go up. If your income rises slightly, Part B, premiums increase. If you need a medication outside the formulary, full cost is on you. If you require long-term care, Medicare steps aside completely. This is why retirees with $500,000 feel the pressure sooner, while retirees with $1,000 don't just have more freedom, they have more protection. Because healthcare isn't a random expense, it's a predictable, guaranteed part of retirement. And the retirees who prepare early are the ones who avoid the financial shocks later. In the next topic, we'll expose the hidden threats that Medicare never talks about. The unpredictable events that can wipe out tens of thousands of dollars in a single year and destroy even a well-planned retirement if you're not prepared. If the rising cost of premiums, medications, and routine care already feels overwhelming, what comes next is even more alarming. Because the greatest danger to your retirement savings doesn't come from the predictable expenses. It comes from the unexpected ones. The medical events that hit suddenly cost far more than anyone imagines and leave retirees wondering how their financial plan collapsed so quickly. Let's start with the most common shock: hospitalizations. Even with Medicare, a single hospital stay can cost thousands of dollars out of pocket. Emergency room visits, ambulance services, overnight monitoring, specialized tests. Every one of these carries deductibles, co-insurance, and limits. A heart issue, a fall, or a sudden infection can push a retiree into medical debt in a matter of days. Then comes specialized treatments, the kind people rarely plan for: oncology, cardiology, orthopedics, the fields where treatments become expensive fast. A Medicare plan may cover part of it, but the 20% responsibility with no out-of-pocket cap on traditional Medicare means the cost can keep rising without limit. And when retirees hear a doctor say, "This is the recommended treatment," they don't think about cost. They think about staying alive. But one of the biggest financial threats isn't illness itself, it's recovery. After a surgery, after a stroke, after a fall, after a major medical event, the real cost begins. Physical therapy, home health support, mobility equipment, private nurses, extended rehab. Many of these are only partially covered, and some aren't covered at all. These recovery-related expenses can drain $10,000, $20,000, even $40,000 in less than a year. And then there's the financial catastrophe almost no retiree is prepared for: long-term care, memory care, assisted living, full-time caregiving. These costs can rise to $5,000, $7,000, even $12,000 per month. And here's the most critical point: Medicare does not cover long-term care. Not partially, not conditionally, not at all. This is the single expense that destroys even the best-built retirement plans. A couple can spend down decades of savings in just 2 or 3 years of long-term care. People with $1,000 saved find their balance shrinking rapidly, and people with $500,000 often deplete their money completely. And this threat becomes more real every year you age. The longer you live, the higher your odds of needing some form of long-term assistance, and the more pressure it puts on your finances, your family, and your future. This is why understanding healthcare isn't optional. Healthcare is not just a financial category. It's the force that can reshape your entire retirement without warning. In the next topic, we'll talk about the only real defense retirees have: how to plan, how to prepare, and how to build a retirement strategy that protects you from healthcare inflation, unexpected medical events, and the rising costs that most Americans never even see coming. Now that you've seen how unpredictable, aggressive, and unavoidable healthcare expenses become after 65, the final question is the most important one of all. How do you actually protect your retirement money from being destroyed by healthcare inflation? The answer begins by changing how you think about your retirement savings. Most Americans treat healthcare as a random expense, something they'll deal with when it happens. But the retirees who stay financially secure do something different. They build a financial plan specifically designed to survive rising medical costs. The first step is creating a dedicated healthcare bucket inside your retirement portfolio, a pool of money that exists solely to cover medical costs, premiums, medications, and unexpected events. This alone prevents retirees from draining their life savings every time a medical bill arrives. Inside this bucket, safety is everything. Cash reserves, short-term bonds, high-quality fixed income, and tips, Treasury inflation-protected securities. These assets protect you from volatility and help you beat medical inflation, which rises faster than normal inflation. Next, you need a reliable income engine, because healthcare costs don't stop, and your income can't stop either. That's where dividend-paying ETFs, conservative value stocks, utility companies, and even annuities play a role. The goal isn't growth, it's stability. Income that arrives every month, whether the market is up or down, becomes the fuel that pays for your health care without destroying your principal. Then there's the strategy almost no retiree uses, but every financial planner recommends: the bucket strategy. Bucket 1, cash, plus short bonds for 1 to about 3 years of healthcare expenses. Bucket 2, income assets, dividends, REITs, bonds. Bucket 3, long-term growth to replenish the earlier buckets. This structure helps you survive bad markets, medical shocks, and long-term inflation, all without panic-selling investments at the worst possible time. And we can't ignore the biggest threat of all, long-term care. If you don't want nursing care or assisted living to wipe out your savings, you need a plan long before you ever need care. That might mean a separate savings fund, a hybrid insurance product, or a very conservative portion of your investment portfolio reserved exclusively for future care needs. You're not planning because you're weak. You're planning because the numbers are brutally clear. Long-term care is the fastest way to run out of money in retirement. Finally, the retirees who protect themselves the most are the ones who review their plan every year. Healthcare costs change. Medicare changes. Your health changes. Your investments change. Retirement is not a straight line, and your financial plan can't be either. Healthcare inflation is real. Medical uncertainty is real. But losing everything doesn't have to be your story. The retirees who prepare, who build a financial defense system, who invest wisely, and who stay informed, Those are the people who stay protected no matter what healthcare throws their way. If today's video opened your eyes to the real financial risks hidden inside retirement healthcare, then take action with me. Subscribe for more weekly retirement planning lessons. Like this video so YouTube shows it to more retirees. Comment below the healthcare cost that surprised you the most. Your story can help someone else prepare before it's too late. Because the truth is simple, you're not ready until you prepare your money to survive what's coming.